Everybody has to do that now and then. That's what I'm doing today, a dirty job. You see, something that we just used to use all the time, a toilet, stopped working last night. Somehow it seemed to be obstructed. There was just something wrong. And though we tried all the remedies that we could, the plunger and even the small snake, it didn't fix the problem. I laid in bed last night and I thought it all through, and the last thing I wanted to do was what I'm doing today. Take that toilet off, try and get to the obstruction down inside. And eventually I had to take the toilet out in the front yard, carry it through the house with a bag. It was awful. But there was an obstruction in the toilet. I won't go into those details right now because it wasn't pretty. But I got it all cleaned out, and now I'm getting ready to put it back together. I'm not sure many of you are familiar with toilets. This is a wax seal, and this is only the beginning of gross. I won't even show you what's in this bucket. Dirty jobs. Sometimes you just have to do them. Now, I laid in bed and I thought of plumbers I could call and money I could spend. And I thought about my septic tank. There were a lot of different solutions, but this was the solution. Simply rolling up my sleeves, putting on some rubber gloves, and digging into the crap, literally. You know, I don't know what's going on in your life, and there's a lot of times something that's always been working stops working in our relationships or our job or spiritually, and we're broken. And we can lay in bed and we can look at a lot of different solutions, but the solution might be very simple. It might just be a blockage. You see, sin blocks our relationship with the Lord. The Bible even says, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord can't hear me. We know that disobeying God and not following the loving rules that He's given us for life and for purity and a healthy relationship with Him, that blocks our relationship with Him. It's like being unfaithful to your spouse would interfere with your marriage. And we want to just go on with our walk with the Lord in church without dealing with the sin in our life, without dealing with the crap. You know, sometimes you just got to roll up your sleeves and put on some rubber gloves because it's not fun. It's smelly and it's yucky and it's disgusting. And you just have to do the hard work of dealing with your sin. Man, if you want a New Year cleanse, you need to read Psalm 51 because David loved the Lord so much, and he was a man after God's own heart. And I just have been doing a study on David, and I'm just so impressed with who he was. He really loved God. But there were times that he messed up, and he allowed other things to interfere. And one time he blew it big time, and he tried to hide it, and he called in other people to fix it. And eventually a man of God just spoke to him and said, David, there's sin in your life. David could have had a lot of reactions. In the Bible, other people reacted to sin by running away, by killing the people that brought it to their attention. And you might be tempted to do those things too. But in Psalm 51, David's heart is just broken. And he takes that toilet apart. And he just starts digging through the crap. And he says to God, he says, wash me with hyssop and I shall be clean. Cleanse me from sin, and I'll be whiter than snow. He knew he needed to clear the blockage. He knew he needed to get to like it was new again. And he knew the only place he could do that was by going to the Lord and repenting. It's an important word. Getting rid of the crap, turning away from it, taking it out of the yard and cleaning it out with a hose. And David did all that. Hyssop was like the modern day drain cleaner. It was the strongest astringent cleaner they had, and it was also scrubby. And so you could scrub something. Sometimes skin conditions were cleansed by the priest with hyssop, and the blood was applied to the doorpost when the Israelites left Egypt with hyssop. It was like a paintbrush. And David said, scrub me, Lord. Make me new and make me clean again. And sometimes you just have to do that. And so now I'm going to go buy a new wax seal, put this back on, and everybody's going to be able to use it like they always have. Not many people like to celebrate that, but they'll be happy. Mom will be happy. All the kids will be happy when they come home and the problem has been taken care of. Take care of the sin problems in your life this year. Let the Holy Spirit show you what they are. Listen to that godly preacher or a friend that's telling you to get rid of something that's just causing you to be broken. And then don't try and do fancy things. Just maybe put on some rubber gloves, roll up your sleeves, and deal with the crap in your life. Read Psalm 51 today. You won't regret it. And then do what it says. This is Pastor Jim at PastorJim.com. And now I've got some work to do. And so do you.